What's good, everybody? It's man Big Dom coming back at you on a True Players podcast. I don't know if I should call the episode or just call the IG live. It's gonna be a little bit of both. Tonight, I should be on for about almost 20 to 30 minutes. I'm just gonna talk to you guys because you guys haven't seen me in a while. I'm still kind of like in carnival mentality right now, carnival fog right now. So not carnival fog, I mean cruise fog. I was on a carnival cruise ship, so I was still in the little fog right now about coming back and doing episodes. I was supposed to do an episode tonight, talking to you guys about the New York Mets win streak and the beginning of the NFL season. But I didn't feel like writing notes down, so I felt we just jump on IG Live and talk to you guys real quick. Basically, just fill you in on what's going on and shit like that. So, I'm back. Little changes with the True Players podcast. I'm going to be going mostly solo for the time being. But before I talk into that, I'm looking for co-hosts from who support different teams, whether you're a Jet fan, Giant fan, or any other fan of the NFL, to join me on previewing the games as well as doing a recap after the games are over. I'm looking to record these episodes every Wednesday night around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Those are the times. And also the recap will be done Tuesday evenings, 8:30, 9 o'clock, to be shown on Wednesdays. So anybody who's interested in joining me and joining with the episodes for the NFL season of talk about the teams and things like that, feel free to hit me up, hit me in my DM, join me. I hope to make this interact. This is good for anybody who are trying to be podcasters who still don't have the courage to go on their own yet, but jump on the podcast, get your feet wet, get yourself comfortable. So when you start your own podcast, you're comfortable already. You got the experience already, without the pressure. I'm the host of the show, so the pressure's all on me. So you just come in and do your thing. Less pressure, just be yourself. There's no hate going on. There's no hurt feelings going on here. Here, the True Players podcast, we treat everybody with respect, and that's first and foremost. And that's the only way you can be on the podcast, if you want to treat people with respect, and also have respectful disagreements. It's okay to have that as well. It makes the world go around. Not everybody can think the same. But however, I'm gonna drop you guys before I get into the IG live and shit like that. I had a weird dream last night, guys. It kind of shook me for a little bit. It got me waking up this morning, right? A little bit nervous, unnerved, not trusting my surroundings, things like that. It carried on into work, and I was in and out of sleep during work. Even though I had a good night's sleep, I was still a little bit off because of the dream I had yesterday. And it's hard for me to explain the dream because I don't really remember the entire dream. The only thing I do remember is that it kind of shook me a little bit. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to explain before I continue on in this IG live. What was going through my mind during that time. So the True Players Anniversary series, as far as I'm concerned, is not over. But we just going to do the part 5 with this very special lady that's going to join us on the podcast. We just have to arrange a time, get our schedules together, and do the damn episode, and that will be officially ending the True Players Podcast Anniversary Series, Part 5. However, I still got to bless you guys with other episodes. NFL season is starting tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, let me just bring the games up, because I told you, like I said, no notes. This is off the dome. You know what I'm saying? It's not no freestyle. I'm kind of like freestyling it, but yeah, it is what it is, right? But I can't freestyle the New York Mets because I tell you, winning 7 games in a row. Before the win streak, the Mets were out 3.5 games out for the last wild card spot from the Braves, and they rolled off. They did what they had to do. They had to sweep the White Sox. The White Sox is the worst team in the Major League Baseball this year. They're probably going to break the record of the New York Mets with the most losses during the season. Mets swept them. Just now, the Mets just swept the Red Sox, also competing for a wild card spot, but I think the after this series, the Red Sox are pretty much out of it because of their bullpen, not because of anything. These guys can hit, but the Mets pitch so well. Whether it's Sean Manaea, Luis Severino, Quintana, and the surprise for me is David Peterson, who's 9-1 with an ERA under 3. He's the shock of what I've seen on the Mets team that's really propelling them into the race, into the pennant race, to try to get into the playoffs as a wild card. But big shout out to Carlos-Mendoza. He has grown on me as a manager. I know in the beginning of the season I mentioned I didn't like him. I didn't like the choice. I felt they should have kept with Buck, stay with Buck and things like that. But you know what? This guy he's pushing the right buttons. It took a while for him to grow on me, but he's pushing the right buttons to put the team in position. The team is, I believe, 11 games over 500. This team could easily finish with at least 88 to 89 wins this season if the pitcher keeps doing that thing. Except for today with Tyler McGill, I feel this guy. I mean, he had his chances. He did a great job when he filled in for Jacob deGrom a couple of seasons ago. But this guy cannot be the starting pitcher in the Mets team or any major league team. The guy barely lasted 3 2/3 innings tonight. It almost blew a 4-0 lead that was given to him by one of the guys picked up during the trade. I forgot his name already, guys. You know, I'm still in the brain fog right now. So, I think it was Weiner or something like that. Hit a grand slam home run in the first inning. Gave him an early 4-0 lead. When you have an early 4-0 lead, you sit back and just throw strikes. This guy couldn't throw strikes. He was scared to throw the ball. He was walking everybody, getting bullshit hits, giving up bullshit hits and things like that. But the bullpen did a hell of a job. Pitched 5 innings. Locked down the Red Sox. Got some insurance runs in the bottom of the 8th inning because Jansen and Rich Hill was basically walking players in. We pretty much handles that win. So it was a great win by the Mets. 8-3, 7 games in a row. And the schedule's going to get tougher because you got to face the Braves, you got to face the Phillies. This is a very tough schedule in September. But keep in mind one thing. The Mets, I believe, still a half game out of the last wild card spot from the Braves. They are also, I believe, either 5.5 games or 6.5 games out of first place for the Phillies. The Phillies are sitting in a little swoon right now with losing and stuff like that. And keep in mind, the Mets got someone on their tails with the Chicago Cubs, who are playing some great baseball. They just beat the Pirates tonight. So a lot of things to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Mets is doing very well. But before we continue on anything, guys, I want to give a big condolences out there for the wrestling world. Over the past few weeks, we lost some great wrestlers. Alpha Anoa'i, uncle of Roman Reigns, uncle of Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa. Their uncle passed away. Alpha, the one half of the Wild Samoans. I want to wish the family, send them prayers and condolences out to them for their loss. We also lost one of my favorite wrestlers. I always liked to watch him wrestle. I felt he should have been a bigger star than what he was. And that wrestler is Sid. We would have called him Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, the master or ruler of the world, whatever you want to call him. Sid Udy passed away with a bout of cancer, which no one knew he had cancer. No one knew he had cancer. And the fact that he passed away was a big loss to the wrestling community. WWE put out their condolences. TNA, AEW also put out their condolences out there. So, prayers to Sid's family. His son announced the death a couple of weeks ago. And, prayers are with them. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can say. It's basically F cancer. You know what I'm saying? You got to find a way to combat that disease and move on. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, guys, condolences. Now, the NFL season is about to start. I'm not a big fan of watching preseason football because you don't get to see the players you want to see them in rhythm and things like that. One thing I'm looking for with the Jets is a healthy Aaron Rodgers and a healthy offensive line. Everything is intact as far as defense is concerned. The only distraction is the Hassan Reddick situation, which I thought was bullshit. I thought that's Bush League on Reddick's part. Now, when the season's about to start, he wants to show his face at Jets camp. If I was Joe Douglas, because the son that he pulled during training camp, I'm hoping he gets like 10 sacks by week 6, and then you trade him for a first-round draft pick. Trade him away. It's not a guy you want on your team. It's absolutely not the guy you want on your team. I don't want him on the team. I don't want him to come back. I'm telling you guys, real talk. I don't want this guy to come back to the Jets. To give a set foot on to put on a Jets helmet. I don't want him, but you got to do what you got to do, right? He still has to honor his contract. I guess when he found out that he was going to lose his game checks, he decided to show up. You know, we got a few hungry, undrafted D linemen that came on, and Wyatt and listen, I have no notes, so no shoot the messenger. But I know they got 3 undrafted D linemen. I'm gonna bring them up right now for you. That really did their thing, especially against the Giants in the 3rd preseason game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Leonard Taylor III, Eric Watts, and Braden McGregor did their thing in the preseason, showing their mettle, showing the ability to get to the passer, showing the ability to stop the run. You know, some great things coming out from Jets Land right now. Just got to keep the old man healthy and keep the old man from being his own distraction. So I know Pat McAfee has said that he's going to be joining him every Tuesday. Aaron, do me a favor. Don't do that show. Just focus on playing football. Win a championship for the New York Jets so we can finally get our ring. First time we get a championship ring since 1968. That's what I'm looking for right now. I don't care for you to be on Pat McAfee. I'm looking to see what Breece Hall going to do his second year back from the ACL. I'm also looking forward to the running backs, Bam Bam, and the other running back that they drafted too. He looks impressive. I seen bits and pieces of the preseason, so I seen a little bit of plays. I'm kind of excited about the running back room right now. I'm really excited about that. Nathaniel Hackett has a lot to prove. He has a lot to prove. Can he do better than calling better plays than he did last season? God forbid if Aaron Rodgers goes down, what you going to do? You got Tyrod Taylor. Now you have to bring in a third quarterback now. They cut all the rookies that they got from this season. Dude, my thing is you should bring back Mike White to be the third quarterback. That's what for me, that would be solidified everything. And I see that Quincy Williams has restructured his contract, as well as Conklin. With that money that they just saved on the salary cap, it puts them in a position to re-sign Garrett Wilson, re-sign my main man Sauce Gardner. They already re-upped to Michael Carter II. So I'm kind of excited about the Jets this season. I believe they should win the division, but you can't sleep on Miami with Tyreek Hill and the Uso, Tagovailoa. You know what I'm saying? You can't sleep on them boys. But I'll tell you, we've been waiting for this for a very long time. I hope everybody got their fantasy teams all set up. I didn't join a fantasy league this season. I still got time. I probably have to sit out the first week, but if I don't make it to fantasy football this season, it's not a big loss for me. Not a big loss, but however, I'll get my money ready to start going on DraftKings, FanDuel, and Caesars. This is why I start placing my goddamn bets. That's what I'm about to do. Real talk. Especially the first 2 games. Tomorrow on Prime, you got the Ravens versus the Chiefs. Rematch of the AFC Championship game. It wasn't an AFC Championship game or the divisional. It got to be the AFC Championship game last season. And then you got the Packers and Eagles on Peacock. So on Friday first Friday game in a long time. And as well, the Giants taking on the Vikings. I'm actually want to watch that football game for two reasons. I want to see how the Giants are with the new receiver, Neighbors, and Daniel Jones returning. I also want to see Sam Darnold. He's actually going to be a starting quarterback for the Vikings. See how he does. The reason why I'm interested in this, I want everybody who was rooting for Zach Wilson to shut the fuck up. I want Sam Darnold to have a great season. So everybody who wanted him out for Zach Wilson could go under the covers and shut the fuck up forever. All right. I was never a fan of Zach Wilson. I'm glad the distraction is gone of that kid. I'm glad it's gone. So we're gonna go from there. And then the Jets versus 49ers is a big game, a big tough test for the New York Jets, taking on the 49ers, defending NFC Conference champions. Big test for the New York Jets. I'm expecting the Jets to win this game because you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Garrett Wilson, you got Malachi Corley, you got Mike Williams, who hasn't played during the preseason, but we'll see what he can do when he gets into the game. Also, just excited. Football season is back. Even though we're going to lose the summer weather, but football season is back. The Mets are playing well. You don't hear people from the Yankees. No one wants to talk about the Yankees except for the Yankee fans. I'm sorry, Yankee fans. I had to throw that in there. Really got to throw that shit in there. But this is good. Some good situation we have in here. What else could I talk about? So people fill me in. I want to talk about part 5 of the podcast with a special female guest, the person who was the reason why True Players, one of the reasons why the True Players podcast was born. And I really want her to end the anniversary series on a high note. I want her to end that series. So we're gonna work on some time for us to get on either it's Instagram Live or on Wax, whatever. Get a video podcast. If she's too shy to be on video, which I'm quite sure she's not, but we're gonna hit you up with an audio podcast. Why not? So can't wait to have this podcast. Me and her just bullshitting, talking, but I gotta keep it clean because I am a taken man. So, yeah. So I gotta keep it clean and try to stay there straight and narrow. You know, I like to tempt fate, but I'm too old to tempt fate anymore. So I gotta keep it simple. But a big shout out to Mars. Big shout out to Cameron Cowan. Big shout out to Matthew, from Nick's Belief Pod. Big shout out to Joey G for joining us on the anniversary series. I do want to have a very big special episode on WWE and the treatment of black wrestlers in the WWE. Anybody wants to join that podcast, let me know. Hit me on my DM. Hit me on my DM and let me know. Because this has been bothering me a lot over the past few years. How a lot of black wrestlers are not getting their just due. They're not getting the push that they need. I felt, the very big error on Triple H letting Bobby Lashley go. I felt we should have had the Rebirth Hurt Business 2.0. It doesn't have to be with the Street Profits. You could have brought back Shelton Benjamin, MVP Cedric Alexander, and you add almost into that group. Or even you could throw in Xavier Woods or Kofi into that group to make it work. And we would have had a good ass little faction trifecta. The Bloodline, Original Bloodline 2.0 with Solo Sikoa as Tribal Chief, and the Hurt Business. Do something like that. And I really want to talk about that because I felt it's important to call out Triple H on this. We thought we had this issue with Vince McMahon, but at least with Vince McMahon, Bobby Lashley was a 2-time WWE champion. And he didn't phase out. Because you got to give credit where credit is due. When during COVID times, it was Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley holding the WWE down during that pandemic. And I felt that Drew McIntyre's in a great feud with CM Punk, but yet Bobby Lashley leaves the company due to lack of creative. So I want to do an episode on that as well. Definitely. I want to do an episode on that. So anybody wants to join me on that podcast, let me know. I'm gonna send a DM out to set up this recording and get this episode out, because I have a lot to say about this. I really do. So before I head out, any questions, people watching, any questions, you know what I'm saying? I know this is what's supposed to be a regular episode, but it's an IG episode. I will replay this on YouTube and on my Facebook page, True Players. Facebook.com/True Players Dom on Facebook. Also going to be in my group page as well. It will not be in my main Facebook page. So if you're looking for it there, it's not going to be there. So it's going to be on YouTube and my Facebook True Players podcast page at True Players Dom. And that's all I can say for now, guys. Is it 20 minutes? Did I make 20 minutes? Probably not. Let me double check. I think I made about almost 20 minutes, about 4 more minutes. So I'm just here bullshitting with you guys, man. It's great talking to you guys. I'm still in cruise fog mode. The dream I had yesterday did not help. I was kind of in and out of sleep at work. I'm taking care of patients. I'm in and out of sleep. I'm like trying to find my eyes open. So I pretty much, I got home. I shut down everything. I shut down. I didn't even text nobody. I was like, let me just shut down. Thought about, writing up the podcast. I was like, nah, I can't do it. So I did the next best thing. So you guys don't think I forgot about you. You guys don't think I'm doing podcast episodes anymore. It's coming to IG Live and just bless you with my presence and the True Players podcast presence. And see where we go from here. Because we got a lot of things to work on, a lot of things to grow, a lot of things I would like to do before next anniversary series next year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things. So, and anybody want to jump in on the live? Let me know. Jump in on live. You got a few minutes. If you jump on live, don't be shy. Jump on a live. With my Jets shirt and everything, we ready, man. We ready. I don't know if I'm gonna catch a Jet game this season, but we'll see what happens. If I'm on good behavior, maybe the missus could get me tickets to go. Never know. If I'm on good behavior. You know what I'm saying? Not just me. When you're in a relationship with somebody, both people gotta be in good behavior. You know what I'm saying? Not just one. Both people gotta be in good behavior. Otherwise, fates get tempted all over again. I'm too old. Like I said, I'm too old for that shit, but I could tempt that fate. I could. Especially with the lovely lady that's going to join me for the part 5. So, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing shit out there. I'm just joking. Things seriously. This is a business. I'm trying to, anybody who's never been on a cruise, definitely go on a cruise. Enjoy that free food. The drinks are not free, but you got a free crew. You got a free food on the cruise. You got a club. You got a comedy show. You got karaoke. If you're a singer, jump on that karaoke. Show your skills. You got the excursions. Get to go on the beach and shit like that. I'll tell you a little story. When we went to the Bahamas this time, we were in Nassau, Bahamas, right? And we wanted we had paid a taxi driver to take us to Cable Beach. We were supposed to go to Atlantis, take the water taxi over across the ocean to Atlantis, but we didn't make it in time. So we went to Cable Beach, chilling over there. We had paid $30 for drinks. So we got 3 drinks for $30. So the initial drink is $30 and a pineapple, right? Here I am, my dumbass on my third drink. Right? I got some rum punch. I told the guy who was refilling my drinks, I don't want that shit super strong. This motherfucker right here put all liquor and a dash of juice, super strong. And I'm already wavy as it is. I was like, Jesus Christ. I may miss my taxi cab back to the port and get left in the Bahamas with no passport. No bueno. No buenos. But I made it through, though. So, I did make it through. So, back in the U.S. So that's great news. But first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, get your passport. Please get your passport. I don't care if you're on a cruise or you're taking a flight out to the country. Get your passport. Because them lines for the birth certificates only shit ain't no joke. You in there for a while. In there for a while. I don't recommend that. So, on that note, I plan to cruise myself. I'm about to be a travel agent. So, you want to, if I'm about to book a big cruise for all the peoples. You know what I'm saying? I got a high school reunion coming up in October. Remember, you're in the high school, class of 94 to 99. Get your tickets, man. Get your tickets. I want to see some people there. Get your fucking tickets, please. It's $150. You don't have $150? I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to my man Ton, Big Al McGee, for putting this together. You know what I'm saying? It's long overdue. My high school anniversary, 30-year anniversary is in 2 years. So I guess this just takes over for that. Whatever. It is whatever, right? But I want to see everybody there at the reunion. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be action packed. Your $150. It's a 3-day. It's a 3-day event. Starting on Friday. Friday's the meet and greet, right? Friday's the meet and greet. Saturday's the dinner. The dinner in Hicksville. Open bar, guys. Open bar. That means you can drink all you want within reason. I say within reason because I want to make sure everybody gets home safe so I can see you on the brunch the next day. All right? Within reason. Uber is going to be on fleek Saturday night. I'll tell you that much. So make sure if you're going to be drinking, get in that Uber. Please. I want to make sure all my classmates from 94 to 99 make it back home and so we can see each other on the brunch. All right? So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your man Big Dom signing off on this podcast episode on IG Live. Once I figure out how to download this video off the IG Live, it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on my Facebook page, strictly for the True Players Podcast. Yeah, of course, or Live too. Whatever floats your boat. Even walking. Even walking. I mean, you eat spots how people can walk when they're drunk. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you don't get hit by cars, though. But definitely, make sure you dress well. I'm about to. I didn't get my outfit yet for the 3-day thing. So I'm slacking. But you already know what it is. I'm gonna have to rock a suit on Saturday. The Saturday I'm gonna rock a suit. I gotta represent the suit. You know what I'm saying? I may have my little 3-piece suit. Looking dapper. With all my grays, in my thinning hair, I'll be there. So like I said, it's your man Big Dom signing off on this True Players Podcast from everybody. Big shout out, like I said, Cameron Cowan. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to my guy Mars. Big shout out to Joey G. Big shout out to Matthew from Nick's Believe Pod at Joe Jacobin Sports Show for joining me on the anniversary series. As we await the lady of the hour, the person who helped motivate the True Players Podcast, joins us for the final episode of the anniversary series. She's a fairy child, but she's from Harlem, so you already know what it is. So she made Big Dom sign off on this podcast. I hit you guys recapping the New York Jets versus 49ers and Giants versus Vikings Tuesday. We're going to record it, and Wednesday it'll be out. So stay tuned for that episode. Peace. And before I say peace, remember guys, I'm looking for co-hosts to join me for the special NFL season series on the True Players Podcast. If you want to join, let me know. DM me, because I want to set up a Zoom meeting with everybody who's going to join on the episode to explain, to get to know you guys. I don't know you all too well. You're complete strangers, but it's the best way to network and do some collaboratively. All right. So hit me up on my DM. It's your man Big Dom signing off. Peace.